been very bad this season, and overall, the Premier League has not been up to standard this season. Especially the bigger teams. Liverpool, they won the league, they spent half a billion, and everyone is expecting them to at least lead the title charge. And they started well, won their first 5 games in a row, and then fell off from there. And now it looks like they're picking up. And just we are 7 points behind fifth place. Like, can we actually still qualify for the Champions League? I don't think so. They have 15 points left to play for, and Liverpool just have to secure 8 out of that to make sure we don't get above them. And then Villa are 10 points away from us. I felt Villa were going to be the one to drop out of the top 5, but then I don't think that is going to happen. Currently, we are on 48 points, and we are closer to Leeds on 15th than we are to United at 3rd. I believe we don't deserve to be in the Champions League, and we can blame anyone we want. You can blame the manager, blame some of the players, but I believe the number one problem here has been the recruitment strategy. After we had a good season last season where we're playing in Europe, but Maresca was always rotating the squad. I think it was until the quarterfinal before Jackson even played any game in the Conference League. In the summer, when we were in the market for wingers, we needed about 2 wingers, and they ended up signing Garnacho and Gittins. While there were some better options in the market, Bakola, Yildiz, Rodrigo, and some other options. Besides wingers, I remember there were some news about Chelsea approaching Fermin Lopez, and he rejected and said he wants to remain at Barca. And like, why did they not try to sign they wanted to sign an attacking midfielder? That's someone that would be able to like replace Palmer if Palmer is not available or Palmer is out of form. He's starting ahead of Palmer. Why did they not get the deal done? Fermin rejected, and Czechie was in the market at that time for around 30 million euros. Previous windows, I think about 3 or 4 transfer windows, we've tried to sign Czechie, and just couldn't agree a deal. Leon were asking for like a much bigger fee, and last summer he was in the market for 30 million euros. And I remember when Man City were about to sign him, no one even tried to rival them, and I couldn't even understand it at all. And then plus the centre back, which Maresca requested for, they did not give to him. So if we had made quality signings, our attack would have been much better, because throughout this season we have the highest XG in the Premier League, but I think we have scored either the 4th most goals, or even maybe we've even dropped lower now that we've not scored in our last 4 games. The problem of not scoring has been from the beginning of the season. We've always had this problem. I know some people might not notice. Under Maresca, we used to score 1-2 goals. If you check most of our Premier League games, 1 or 2 goals. Once in a while, we score more than that. And then Rosinho came in, and we're scoring a lot when Rosinho came in, and that was like an improvement I saw, and I talked about it, and I liked it. But then we also were conceding too much, and now that we're not scoring, we're still conceding, and then we're losing games. If we had improved our attack, we'll be in a much better position currently. I remember there are so many games this season that we could have easily won, but then we dropped points. We lost the game against Brighton. We're 1-0 up at halftime. We're dominating this game 3-0. Halftime would have been a reflection of the dominance in the first half. But then we came in the second half, Chalobah red card, we lost the game 3-1. And that was just one of many games where we had some red cards, and we're losing the games. Recruitment has been very bad. I don't know why we'll have a good season, and instead of building on top of it, they want to recycle again. And the players that you've built with, you're selling them off, not for better players, but for players that are like a version of them a few years ago, trying to build them again. We don't deserve to be in the Champions League. I believe we don't deserve to be in Europe. And we are like, we're in a very tight spot. Brentford, Everton are behind us on the same amount of points, and I think there's some other teams on just 1 point behind us. So it's going to be very tough from now to the end of the season. But personally, I think I'll prefer us finishing outside the European places. Let's just next season no European football. That would be the best thing. That would they will be able to Bluco and their supporting directors, all of them would realize all the mistakes they've made. Because if we end up going to the Champions League or going to Europe, it will exaggerate their achievements. It will make it feel like, to them, it feel like they achieved certain things. But the truth is, they've been terrible. They've not been good enough. The only reason why we're in this position is because other teams, they've not been at their best. Last time I was saying if we finish 9th or 10th and win the FA Cup, I'll be satisfied. But at this point, I don't even want to win the FA Cup. I would have liked to win silverware. But if we win the FA Cup, we go to the Europa League, it will exaggerate our achievements. If we just finish 10th, we'll not go to Europe next year. The sponsorship deals they're trying to get, they won't get most of them. So if we finish 10th, no Europe, we stay at home, that'll be the best thing. The only problem now is that we're going to lose our best players, and that's like, when you don't do the right thing, when you do the wrong things, you deserve to be punished. And if Luko escape this, we finish in top 5, qualify for the Champions League, they will not realize the mistakes they've made. So it's better that way. Let the best players go. They've signed, I think it's over 50 players they've signed, and only few have been able to do well. And now let them start all over again.